Hello everyone, my name is Motaz Daraghma, and today we are going beyond the lumen, looking at how intracranial visual wall MRI is changing the way we work up the cause of a stroke. We will start with the blind spot in how we have imaged stroke for decades. Then we will see what visual wall MRI adds, walk through the key evidence, and finish with what it means for the patients. So, why does this matter? Stroke is a leading cause of death and disability worldwide, and intracranial atherosclerotic disease drives a large share of ischemic strokes. For years, our workup, like CT angiography, MRI angiography, and catheter angiography, has answered only one question: how narrow is the artery? But narrowing is only part of the story. Many dangerous plaques don't narrow the vessel at all, and those are a major hidden cause of strokes we label of undetermined source. Time is brain, yes, but the cause of the stroke often hides in the wall, not the lumen. Think about it this way. Lumen imaging assumes a normal looking artery is a safe artery, but through a process called positive remodeling, a plaque can grow outward while the channel stays wide open. All the dangerous biology, inflammation, new fragile vessels, bleeding inside the plaque, sits in that wall, completely invisible on a standard angiogram. A normal scan can hide an active and dangerous plaque. Visual wall MRI solves this by using high resolution and suppressing the signal from the flowing blood, which makes the artery wall itself visible. We can then see specific high-risk features. The most important feature is enhancement after contrast, a marker of inflammation and instability. We also look for outward remodeling, bright signal on T1 that points to bleeding within the plaque, and an irregular surface. Each of these tells us something that Lumen never could. Now, let's look at the evidence. 3 studies moving from diagnosis to prognosis to a real patient case. Starting with diagnosis, this is a large meta-analysis study in which authors pooled 21 studies. 4 wall features clearly marked asymptomatic plaque, and enhancement was the strongest of all, with an odds ratio of over 7. On the right, you can see these features on real MRI: enhancement, remodeling, bright T1 signal, and surface irregularity. The message is striking. The wall may predict stroke better than the degree of narrowing. Next, prognosis, and this is a meta-analysis study that was done back in 2025, in which authors followed over 2,000 patients. The same wall features predicted who would go to have another stroke. So visual wall MRI doesn't just identify the culprit, it forecasts risk. And here is what that looks like in a real patient. A 65-year-old man had repeated warning strokes, but his angiogram showed no significant narrowing. Visual wall MRI, however, revealed a vividly enhancing plaque. Because of that finding, his team intensified treatment. Follow-up scans over the next year showed the enhancement fading away, and he had no further strokes. The imaging didn't just make the diagnosis, it guided his care and confirmed it was working. Put it all together, and one thread runs through everything. The visual wall carries the signal the lumen cannot. Practically, this means 3 things. First, consider visual wall MRI when the standard workup is negative, but you still suspect an arterial cause. Second, use high-risk features to guide more aggressive prevention. And third, repeat the scan over time to confirm the plaque is responding to treatment. To leave you with the essentials, visual wall MRI sees plaques that conventional imaging misses, and plaque enhancement is the single most powerful marker linked to both symptomatic disease and future stroke risk. But the field is still maturing. We need standardized protocols and outcome trials. But the direction is clear. By looking beyond the lumen, visual wall MRI is genuinely reshaping how we uncover the cause of stroke. Thank you for watching.